Rokani Media Football, Arsenal versus Brighton is happening today in there, and here at our channel we decided to come up here and really tell you what we think about this game. How do you think Arsenal is going to stand after some two players have been confirmed totally out in there? And you never know, they might be surprised of Tomiyasu, though news is saying that Tomiyasu will be ready to come in and play for Arsenal after the Brighton game that's going to be played today at the Emirates in there for you. Lots of things happening. Danny Welbeck returning to the Emirates. Remember, he was signed from Manchester United and went to Arsenal and played some good number of games in there for you. Then he was later sold and he made himself a favor and returned into the Premier League in there for you. How are you guys? Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go to the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell and click all that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel in there for you. We know that this is a do or die game for Arsenal because they must get 3 points if they are ready to go back and really compete for what we call the 4th position of the Premier League, because it looks like it's going out of their hands anytime from now, because Arsenal is now placed 5th, 29 games played, 54 points in there, as Tottenham Hotspur is at 54 points and 30 games played, meaning Tottenham Hotspur has played a game more than a team which goes by the names of Arsenal in there. And United is going to be the first team to play. It's going to be an early kickoff. And you know the other channel that we do have of the Manchester United Matters channel, that's where we are going to be in there. And you know that early kickoff is at 14:30 hours. That's where it's happening at Goodson Park. And if at all United goes ahead to get a point into their game against a side which goes by names of Everton, 3 points in their maximum points from that game, that means Manchester United will be level with Arsenal at 54 points. You know that very well. United has 51 points, but they would have played 2 more games ahead of Arsenal in there for you. But it will depend the number of goals that United would have scored, because the goal difference of Manchester United is at 8 and that of Arsenal is at 10. So that means if United scores like 3 goals, Arsenal will be displaced into the 6th position of the Premier League. So what does that mean? It means that Arsenal are really going to be having more pressure piled onto them, because the same pressure they had while playing against the side which goes by Crystal Palace on Monday, after Spurs had really gone ahead to win against the side which goes by the names of Spurs. Won against which side? Spurs beat a side terribly over the weekend, and they were into 4th, and Arsenal was displaced in there, and Arsenal showed us that they couldn't come up and handle that pressure in there. So I don't know whether Arsenal players have known how to handle this pressure, but if at all they have not yet, then it's going to be another big day and troublesome day for Arsenal, because this is the game where the players of Arsenal are really going to show us that we are really ready for this. We are ready to get back to winning ways in there. And how many times has Arsenal gone back from losses to winning ways? I don't really recall many, because recently they were beaten by Liverpool and they came ahead and won against Aston Villa by 1-0. But it was not a convincing win, because the game had lots of scratches in there, according to me, and the referee really never gave Aston Villa a fair game in there. But after getting a loss against Crystal Palace, this is the game where Arsenal is supposed to come in and show us what they are really good at and what they have in stock, because this is the game that is going to solidify or confirm to us that Arsenal is really the team that wants to get the 4th position in there, because they really have the chance. United will be level with points at Arsenal if at all they win against Everton, but Arsenal will be having 2 games in hand. If at all they win, they will be level with Spurs. They will be ahead of Spurs by 3 points, and they'll be having a game in hand with Spurs. So that shows you how good positioned Arsenal is and how important this game of football against the side which goes by the Brighton is. Let's get straight into the starting lineup of Arsenal, predicted, mind you, in there. You can as well go into the live chat and tell me what you think about my starting 11 that I really believe Mikel Arteta is going to pick in there for you. In goal, it's none other than Aaron Ramsdale. Arsenal fans agree with me on this one. He is untouchable. However much in the game of Aston Villa, there came in a player who goes by the names of Bernard Leno and played very well and kept a clean sheet. But trust me, he is not at a level of a man who goes by the names of Bernard Leno. he's not at the level of a man who goes by the names of Aaron Ramsdale, because Aaron Ramsdale has kept very many clean sheets for Arsenal, and he has really seen Arsenal propel to where they are supposed to be in there. And we go to the right back. That is none other than Cedric Soares, because Tomiyasu is expected to return in the game that Arsenal is going to play against Southampton. And according to the run that Soares has been having, because Soares has not been exposed a lot into this game of football and has always been playing for Arsenal. He has always done his best, and all in all, Cedric Soares is really great, and I really believe that you shouldn't hurry up this player who goes by the name Tomiyasu. Let him recover very well, and don't really hurry him back in the game of Southampton, because Southampton attacks more and they will expose Tomiyasu a lot, and you never know, he might even get back to injury because Southampton will overstretch him. So I think it's better to play Soares this game and that of Southampton, and maybe if I told you Arsenal really gets a result before the 90th minute, then you bring in a player who goes by the names of Tomiyasu, because he's good defensively in there for you. But I think Cedric Soares is really one of those that is really going to come and start into this game in there. So I really believe that Cedric Soares is going to come in and start for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal into this game of football. Ben White, of course, that partnership is untouchable alongside the Brazilian who goes by the name of Gabriel Magalhaes, though Gabriel Magalhaes was responsible for costing Arsenal the second goal in the game of a side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace. I really believe that no one in Arsenal can displace him, and he has really played lots of games without really making mistakes, and making mistakes is common, error is human, and I don't know how I criticize a player like Gabriel Magalhaes in there, because he had given Arsenal a lot of coverage into that defense, and I really believe that he has done lots of things. I mean, you look at Gabriel Magalhaes. When you look at Gabriel Magalhaes in there, the Arsenal central defender who plays for the Brazilian national team, this season he has played 26 games for Arsenal, and it shows you how good he is, because he's not an injury-prone player, and I really believe that he did something bad in there for the second goal, but he has served Arsenal a lot. And I ask people that if at all Gabriel Magalhaes let that goal in, all made a mistake that led to that goal, then why didn't the forwards get Arsenal another one? You get? So it shows you that the entire Arsenal team on the day was bad. And the only reason as to why I really put this to him is that, sorry, I don't put this to him, is that he lacks experience. And how do you gain experience? It's you going in such games and know that we lost against Crystal Palace, then at Brighton we're at home, we have to register another win. That's what Arsenal is supposed to do, because they are really headed into a very hard fixture. Southampton, Manchester United, Chelsea and West Ham. Those four fixtures aren't easy at all, because Arsenal might come out when they've lost even all of them, because Southampton is a very tricky side. Manchester United, that's more than even a derby. It's happening at Emirates. It's going to be like a finale. If Arsenal beats United, United is out of the fourth race. If Arsenal is beaten, then it will grant Manchester United another chance to come in and do the needful in there. And so that's why this game of Brighton is so much important in there for you. So Gabriel Magalhaes is going to partner Ben White into that central defense in there for you. Then Nuno Tavares, that most of you came out and really attacked into that game of football, that he really costed you a result. And I told people, why should I come out and blame a player who doesn't really come up always to be given enough playing time? You get? Being unfit for the match costed him this. And let's wait and see. Tierney is out. Now let's see how the remaining 8 games for Arsenal are really going to prosper in there. Sorry, remaining 9 games for Arsenal. Let's wait and see how he's going to prosper. How is he going to deliver in these remaining games of Arsenal? Because I really believe that there is a very good player in Nuno Tavares, but the manager of Arsenal doesn't really do a very good player rotation. That is something they're supposed to adopt, because in cases like this, when you don't have Thomas Partey and you don't have Kieran Tierney almost out of the entire season, they will remind you that why didn't you get these players enough playing time, or right, some 10-15 minutes in there, such that they keep the match fitness always. Because right now, Tavares is going to play as the left back for Arsenal, unless otherwise Arteta says, no, I'm not trusting Tavares. I'm going to play Cedric Soares as the left fullback and Tomiyasu as the right fullback. Something I don't believe that Mikel Arteta will go in for, because Soares has enjoyed his season in the absentia of Tomiyasu, and I really believe that he's going to give Nuno Tavares his time in there. Nuno Tavares came out on Monday and said, Monday was extremely frustrating night for me personally, for the team and the fans. It's important to pick ourselves up, learn from the mistakes and repeat positively for Sunday games. Still a lot to fight for in there. You know, I'm not so much fan of what players post after winning or losing the games of football, because I really believe that the best apology to put up for your team is to go into the next game and get a win and don't perform as you performed in the previous game. Now, what if in this game of football where Arsenal is going to play a side which goes by the names of Brighton, you come up and put up a trash performance? Will that apology stand? So I really believe that the best apology for any player is to go in and put up a better performance in the next game. But Nuno Tavares is going to play the left fullback of Arsenal. So that's the back four of Arsenal: Cedric Soares, Ben White, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Nuno Tavares. And I really believe that they improve onto their communication either, because there were a lot of miscommunication between these two players in there, that is Gabriel Magalhaes and Nuno Tavares, and I think that is caused by them getting a lot of time without playing with one another, and I really believe that was the cause of that. When you go into the central midfield, Arsenal plays with the system of 4-2-2, and they play a double midfield pivot of Grant Xhaka and Thomas Partey, but this time round, Thomas Partey is out and we don't know when he's really going to get back, but Lokonga is going to come in and deputize him, and we know how good a player Lokonga is, but I really feel like he might be the culprit of the day, because he's lacking much fitness, and I don't know how his match fitness levels are in there. And I've seen Mikel Arteta coming out and referring to Lokonga that is going to start into that position, but this is what he said. Mikel Arteta on Lokonga, he played well a lot in the first part of the season, but obviously when you have one game a week, because you don't have European football, it's more difficult to share the minutes. It's an opportunity for them to show what they can do in there for you. Yeah, it's an opportunity that has come in at a very bad time. I don't believe that when Mikel Arteta sits down there, he would prefer playing a midfield of Lokonga. He would prefer playing Lokonga ahead of Thomas Partey. That is out. That is out. And he just doesn't want to come up and admit that he really did a very big mistake of bringing in Lokonga and then putting him on the bench totally. I really believe that there are games where Lokonga would have come in and did some great work, especially into that midfield. You shift to a 4-3-3 system, take out Odegaard because Arsenal is winning, then you let these other people run in there, or you can even take off Lacazette, because I really believe that Arsenal's best false number 9 would be Odegaard in this position, because he can do the hold-up play and he can wait for other players in there, and I really believe that he can do that role better than Lacazette. And in certain games, I really believe that it's better take off Lacazette, push Odegaard forward, and bring in Lokonga into the central midfield. I really believe that would have been an ideal tactic that would have given Lokonga some good playing time. But I really believe that Mikel Arteta trusted his squad and thought that these players were not going to get injured. But right now, as we speak, Arsenal does not have Kieran Tierney and Thomas Partey. All those are really vital into their positions, and they have no replacements in there, because when you look at Tavares is good going forward, but defensively he's suspect. And when you look at Lokonga, he's good, but breaking the play is one of those things that are still failed in the Premier League. I don't know whether he will one day, one time, but I don't really think he will make that, because he is not that kind of player. And however much he's talented, but breaking play as Thomas Partey with that long pass, or traveling long yards of spaces through the midfield, I really believe that it's something that he should really adapt onto, because Thomas Partey uses the central axis a lot, and Lokonga, when you look at him, his strength is passing the ball, but that drive that Partey gives to the team, Lokonga cannot give it to the team. But all in all, we have nothing to do. Arsenal only has Lokonga in there to come in and partner with Granit Xhaka in there for you. When we go to the central attacking midfield area, obviously Odegaard, to me, he's one of the best Arsenal players of the season, and I really believe that's going to come up and do the needful. Though to me, I really believe that I would have played Emile Smith-Rowe into that position and laid Odegaard lead the line as a false nine. Then Lacazette to be rested, because if you bench Lacazette right now, he'll know that in the next game I'm going to come up and give out 120 plus. You get? But this time he looks like he's so much comfortable. You know how he started off the season? He was shit. He couldn't score. Arteta put him on the bench. And when he got him on the bench and brought him back, I think it was the game of Aston Villa when he came up and really did great. Ever since then, he has been playing very well. But he's back to the Lacazette that started the season. So I really believe that. Get him on bench. Put Odegaard to lead the line in there as a false nine, because I really believe that Odegaard can be a better false nine at Arsenal. That's what I really believe. Many Arsenal fans won't believe in me because I was supporting Nketiah, but Nketiah is not going to be an Arsenal player in here, and he has no impact each and every time he's being put on the pitch. He doesn't have impact onto the pitch for Arsenal. Bukayo Saka is playing onto the right attacking side of the midfield. Obviously, he's one of the best in the Premier League via the side. 12 goals in the season. There is no way you can't really put him into the starting lineup of Arsenal in there. Emily Smith-Rowe is going to start, according to me, because I really believe that the manager now knows that when you start with Emily Smith-Rowe, when things are not going as you want, you can as well take off Odegaard and get Emily Smith-Rowe into the central attacking midfield. Then you let Martinelli play off that side in there, because Martinelli was on fire until when he got a red card. Then he got an injury, then some COVID issues in there for you, but I really believe that he's a very good player and will come on to give Arsenal in there. Emily Smith-Rowe, he's one of the top scorers of Arsenal. He's tied on 12 goals a season with a player who goes by the names of Bukayo Saka, and I really believe that any of these two might score 20 goals a season. I know in the remaining 9 goals, these players can really go in and stretch themselves to that level, because that target is set for them in there. Because when you score 20 goals at this level, like Emily Smith-Rowe or Bukayo Saka, you would have made a very big statement into the football history of Arsenal in there for you. I don't remember a player at the age of Emily Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka at Arsenal coming in and scoring double figures, especially the 20-figure mark of goals in there for you. I don't really remember. But Lacazette is expected to come and lead that line for a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. So that's what I really believe Arsenal is going to start like. So feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about this predicted lineup of Arsenal in there for you. But Arsenal should take care and should keep a very big eye on players like Maupe. There is Apangu, there is Yefis Besuma, there is Lampate. You get? There is their left back, I've forgotten his name, but he plays very, very, very well. Let me look for his name in here. Those are players that Arsenal should really look at and say, oh, it might not come out as we deserve, because this side of Brighton is not are soft-knacked to crack in there. And if at all you don't give them what they deserve, Arsenal fans might get out of this game gutted totally, because the last game they played against Brighton and they drew in there. But you look at their lineup, they started with Sanchez, Valterman, Dunk, and Cucurella. That is the man I'm talking about. Cucurella, that left back in there in a system of 3-4-1-2 in there. Lampate, Smash, Welbeck, Maupate, and Trossard. Those are players you guys should walk or look at into this game of football as Arsenal goes in to attack a team which all go in to play a side which goes by the names of Brighton at the Emirates in there for you. That's what I had for you. I sign out for now. That has been my match digest for Arsenal versus side which goes on a Brighton. Go into the comment section and tell me what you think about this.